Alrighty, well hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So, what is going on with Stormworks? Looks like this is the end of this classic career. This will be the fourth time I've tried to get through this classic career. I've tried to get through other classic careers, and the game keeps doing this garbage. So let me show you what kind of garbage the game is doing right now. So I delivered the container. I went south, right? We'll just do the autosave. I spawned the helicopter in. So I came back, and there was a container that spawned into the world, and it started to destroy itself. So the container is destroying itself so badly, the game has crippled itself, and ceases to work normally now. So now I can't seem to escape it. That was 45 minutes for me to take off in the helicopter and fly 1.2 kilometers in the game. That was literally 45 minutes. So there's the helicopter. Everything's good right now. There's the container. See? Oh. Now it starts to destroy itself. Now the game, right? Can't seem to get far enough away from the container so it will despawn. It's expired, but I can't seem to get far enough away. And now so much of the game is being focused on that container destroying itself that yeah, you see how slow it is? So this career is now a write-off. So there's only one more option left for Stormworks. So like this is what I guess I've been trying to get across in the 5,000 hours of Stormworks builds and playing that I have here. In 5,000 hours, I've learned one thing: classic career doesn't work, and there's no way to play classic career. I've never been able to get through an entire classic career. It seems that there are just too many issues with the game, too many issues. So what am I talking about? Okay, if I was in creative mode, I could just teleport across the map, skip some time, and I could come back here, and that container probably would be despawned, right? It probably would be no big deal. But I can't do that in classic career. I can't just teleport to the other side of the map. Unfortunately, I have to spawn in a vehicle or run away far enough away for the container to despawn. Now the minimum render distance in the game is 4 kilometers. So I need to go at least 4 kilometers, which is, probably there? Yeah, I need to go to at least there. Let's stop for a moment. Oh, nice. There, you see how the game is normal now? So I need to get to at least there in order for the container to despawn. Alright, so now that it seems reasonable, I'm going to see if I can get out of here in the starter boat. Wow. It's just spend an hour trying to escape. What I want to do... Oh, no, that's not ready to go yet. I can't believe it stopped. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm hoping if I get to creative base, or not creative base, the starter base there, it's going to be far enough away to despawn the container. Then when I come back, we'll be all right. All right, so the other thing too, I'm getting a lot of comments about the super simple radar. So in this video, we're going to go over the super simple radar one more time. I just want to make sure that, right, I've got the radars on, but they're not active. Whoa. All right, and I want to get out of here before the container starts to destroy itself again, because it'll totally slow the game down. All right. No, we don't need that yet. All right. Now, for some reason, it's really quiet. Yeah, for some reason it's... Maybe I got a helmet on. I don't know. Yeah, you see the container is still kind of destroying itself. The game is still... Yeah, so hopefully we can get away. Otherwise, this classic career is gonna have to be a write-off, and I don't know if I can stomach any more Stormworks if that's gonna be the case. Right? I like classic career. It's challenging. You have to find crates. You know, it gives it like there's that exploration element that is a part of the game. There's the rescue element that's part of the game, right? Running missions. It's all there, and that's what I like about classic career. It forces you to do all those things. But it seems like, unfortunately, Stormworks itself is just not designed. I don't know, like I sometimes I think the classic career was like an afterthought, where they made the game probably and they used it only in creative mode and only in career mode, which was first person only, you know, and they thought, hey, this is a cool concept, and maybe they ran 2 or 3 missions and that was it, you know. They did like 5 hours of testing and they thought, oh, this is great, and then they made like, hey, let's do classic career. So then they just said, well, the crates already spawn in career mode, they give you money. So they said, let's just create a classic career where they'll give you research and they create a tech tree. But I don't think they ever thought about, you know, a lot of the game mechanics that don't really work or don't function properly. And when you play classic career, all those game mechanics come out. And why do they come out? Because in classic career, the world renders itself, and that's it. That's it. You can't change it, you know. So if part of the world fails to load, that's it. Your classic career, you get part of the world that fails to load. So now look, I'm still trying to escape this container. I'm still trying to escape this container. Oh, I think maybe there. Yeah, there must be a helmet. There must be a helmet on this one. It's still there. Yeah, there must be a helmet. I must have put one on. Alright, so that's why it's so quiet. Figured as much. Alright, the game is starting to speed up now. Looks like we're getting far enough away from that container, as you can see, that it's no longer really having an effect on the game, which is all we really needed to do. So that's what I mean. So it's career mode. There's just a few different tweaks that they really need to make. You know, if the container takes too much damage, maybe it should just disappear from the game space, instead of you know, or should just explode, blow up, and disappear, instead of staying there and continuing to take damage. Cool. There we go. Nice. Alright, let's crank this up. Let's crank this up. Whew. Alright, so we're going to go back to the starter island here. I've got tons of fuel. Hopefully we'll still have all that fuel by the time I get over there. And we are going to go through the super simple radar and check it out. Oh yeah, the game's running good now. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, so there's just all these little kind of little tweaks that, you know, just a different way of thinking. Because Classic Career is its own kind of game mode. I get that, and that's just, so you can't really compare it to other game modes. There we go. Look how fast we're going now, because it is its own game mode. Good. So hopefully that's gonna work then. Stupid container. All right. This is what I should do in the helicopters. Put a helmet in there. So it's quiet. Whoa. Let's see. Will that work? Almost need to pitch in the opposite direction when there's a lot of waves. Yeah. I'll have to change that. Woo. Let's get soaked. Actually, I can replace that with a keypad now. No. Whew. Don't ask me how I made it in without this thing exploding, but I did it. Okay, good. Looks like the game is running smooth here. We made it. Excellent. All right, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over, now that all this fuel is here, I want to go over the radar. And we're going to change the pitch around. And then this, yeah, that's a pilot mask. That's why, okay. That's why it's so loud. All right, so we have our, let's see, we need, what do we need? Let's load the radar. Let's see. This is the super simple radar here. I don't know if it'll fit. What do we need? What part of it do we need? We need the blue part of it. Blue part. All right, so if I paste that there, I don't know what the rest of this stuff was. I was working on a bunch of things. This is the super simple radar. So I wanted to go over it because it seems like a lot of people are having issues. Not a lot of people, but some people are having some issues with it. So I wanted to just kind of refresh our memories of it. So we have the super simple radar, right? It is super simple. This is the radar coming in. It comes into our first Lua. This is the rotation. This is just, does it detect a target? Sure. So we can confirm that the radar is actually working. And this is just an on-off switch. For whatever reason, right? So now what we're going to do is, I need to add something here. We need to add a video in. Video in. All right. And like that. Where is it here? Here. Like that. All right. So we'll update this. The super simple radar. We'll take a look at it in just a moment. We have to upgrade this to a 3x3. 5 was our monitor, and then video. So video is going to go for the camera. All right, it's going to go to there, and that's going to go to there. Now I have to change around a few things. Oh, I was using the basic radar. Is it the same? Is it the same? One's 1,000, these are 2,000. So we use the simple radar because this is our super simple boat. Now, I didn't change anything in the code. I did want to go over the code real quickly. Let me get some music started here. Turn this down a little bit. I think it's this one here. Alright, we'll go to about there. Okay, so. There we go. Right, so right away I want to just. This is the first function, the on tick function. Every logical tick, this is what the radar is going to do. If we define our variables before the code, then we can reference these variables anywhere in the code. Right, so I see some people are having an issue with W and H, and that's why I was saying sometimes you just want to watch the spelling. If this is a capital W, and I try and run the code, it's going to give me an error, and it's going to say can't define W. That's all. And each one of these lines has a number. See, line 35, 36, 37. So when you get an error on your screen, you get a blue screen, it's going to tell you what line in the code is giving you the error. And so sometimes we can look at that error, we can go through and maybe figure it out, right? So now the other thing I wanted to say was the printing. This number here, 1 point, you might have to adjust this number to adjust where the radar is and where it's printing. So all that stuff you need to figure out, right? You put the radar on your craft, you connect it to the Lua, and then what you need to do is you need to spawn your craft into the world, and then you need to turn the radar on, and then you need to walk around in front of the radar and see if it's detecting you and where it is, right? And align it. So there's all that sort of kind of other stuff that needs to be done. Yeah. Anyways, and that's pretty much it. And then the other one people had trouble was this one here. So, blah, 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 blah. I think this... No, this isn't for the TV. Which one's for the TV? Huh. This one here. Now, we are... Yeah, 93 and 61. Let's try 93 and 93. All right, so you see how our radar faces backwards. So that's why we have to place the radar on the boat. Now, why is that? It's because the line on the screen faces down, which is going to be behind us. And I'm going to have a short-range radar and a long-range radar. Now, that isn't programmed into here. All we have is just our basic radar. I don't even think it's scaled. What's our distance here? No, it's not even scaled. It just takes the distance, whatever that is, right? So that was the idea of the super simple radar. It'll draw a line. You know, it's not really scaled. It's just kind of something cool. And then you can take it and modify it and do what you need to it. So... what do we need? We need power. And then we also need to take that. Oh, is it? Got not merge it there. Alright, so now that we have that, let's spawn the boat in and take a look at it. First off, oh nice. So there's our radar. Cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the screen. It needs to be organized, but that's basically our radar. And then I think when it draws the actual target itself, target circle is going to be red. Should be. I think this is red. Red, green, and blue. Now, in this case, it's mostly just when we're on a mission and we're detecting stuff, and it's just close range, whatever. What I'm going to do is the rotation that the radar gives us, okay? If we plug that directly into A, now it's funny, this gimbal camera, pitch rotation. This one's got the pitch rotation too, right? Yeah. So, and this one's 50,000. Look, that's all I have. This one's only 5,000. Now, this one here is the one that we want. Now, why is that? Well, what we can do is, in the same way that we have the turret connected to the radar, and it actively tracks a target, we can do the exact same thing with this camera here. And it'll shoot a laser at it, which will give us our X and Y. But we're going to do that eventually, right? This thing is going to be... This camera is going to be so handy for us in the future. But it's ridiculously expensive. Okay. So, did I get my composite from here? No, I didn't. Alright, we can do that, and then I can limit this. Yeah, anything within a kilometer I think is pretty good. This one here is not going to work, it's just for show. It could rotate, it could rotate. Alright, and then our pitch can work. Cool. There we go. A little bit of enhancements on our starter boat. Yeah, there we go. There, now you see the yellow. I think that's the gun. No idea. Like I say, I'll have to take a look at it. Have to calibrate it. Make sure it's calibrated. Oh no, that's the center of the screen. So, is it not even... maybe we're too small. I'm surprised. Oh, you know why it's not detecting us? I know why it's not detecting us. Right, the radar is up here, and we are down here, and that's why it's not detecting us. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. Probably is. It means we'll need one down low if we wanted to detect smaller objects. But this will be good because it'll detect anything in the sky, right? And then any of the destroyers, any large objects. All right, so we can do that. And then, of course, it'll draw a line to the... let's see. May as well get it to draw a line also in a dot. Two, three, four. All right, there we go. Now it'll draw a line to the targets, and it will also draw a dot. Cool. Yeah, I was working on this. I don't know if this is gonna, let's see here. This is gonna kind of be like a helicopter thing, but I don't know if it's gonna bear any fruit or not. We'll have to see. We'll have to see where we go with that. I still kind of like the small little vessels. So we got this. It's got ammunition. All right, we're good to go. What else do we need in this thing? I think that was it. Just the radar. Some more rescue equipment, I guess, now that I got more money. Well, research it. But I could put, let's see. A survival suit might be handy. I'll put a blank one in here too. Now, in the event that we have to rescue people, and it gets cold, I can try and use this heater and see if it works. We can try. We gotta try something, right? So now what we need is oh, it didn't save. It didn't save. Have the compass. We can sort of add a few things here. Let's see. If we add the keypad, that'll be for our GPS. And then I guess we need a panel. Turn the GPS on. Just a button. GPS on. So we're gonna switch in here. GPS. Get one to lock autopilot, which is so super cool. Again, you can build your own autopilot, and then you're gonna realize that everything you need is already in the one block autopilot. So may as well use that. All right, and then we have our steering. What is that? A and D. Alrighty, and then we need our autopilot on. Let's see. Alright, so we've got that now. Got our little command station. Just thinking if there's anything else. There probably is. I'm probably missing a few things, I'm sure. We got the autopilot. I don't have any of the no diving equipment or anything yet, I don't think. No. We got the transponder. Maybe we get a couple of, we'll add some more of this equipment onto the boat. Got the ropes hanging on the sides. Here you go. There we go. Get the underwater welding torch. Let's see, some equipment here. Oxygen mask. Hey, where's the radio? Remote control. Where's the binoculars here? The binoculars. There they are. Haha. Alright. Now for this, I think we can put a keypad in here. Oh, I can't remember how that works. We need to... we'll have to set the controller up in another video. Okay. Cool. So now we have a little bit of equipment. Oh yeah, I needed a heater button. It might work. It might work. Right? Otherwise, they're gonna freeze and die. Is what's gonna happen. And there's no medical bed on here. So I mean, for something like that, maybe I have to use the helicopter. Yeah, you know what? We could just use the helicopter in that case. We'll try. I'll try it out. We'll see. It doesn't hurt to try. Alright, this thing is looking pretty sweet, actually. Got everything on it that we need for rescuing now. Cool. Cool. The radar's just so neat. Alright, well. So we got a helicopter now. The boat's done. Helicopter functions. Well, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else we kind of need? I don't think there's anything else really. So let's see what's out here for submissions then. There's this lost container. What is that? Oh, there's a logging camp in there. Okay, and then all the logs we're going to take all the way down to here. There's a big port. Is that another logging camp too? That's another one there, eh? But there's no port here. Olsen Bay is the only port, unless, it's funny they put the port there, unless we go by rail. I'm assuming this is probably going to be rail. Could find out. Have to come across into Olsen Bay. What do we got for fuel? Not much. Alright, let's see where we at here. Whew, 40 minutes. Yikes. I wondered, like, I'm like, dare I go back over and see if that container is... Let's skip some time before we go back. Hmm. How interesting. Hopefully that container disappears. Uh-oh, submarine pipeline. That's going to be a nasty spill. Well, big tent is on fire at the military base. That's a good one. You can't say no to that. Where is the base? Yeah, see, it's 11 kilometers. Whew. Now, if we go in the little boat, we're going to be out of range. Not bad, not bad. 10K in this thing. See, we're probably better off. I want to see if we can get over here. We're probably better off going over to North Harbor here and hopping in a helicopter and flying than we are actually trying to go in this little boat. Just with the distance. Oh, there's something. Yeah, look at that. It's detecting that helicopter accurately. How do you like that? See? So the super simple radar does work, and I just confirmed it there, and it is accurate. I like it, and I like it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? That's what, there's lots of things I really enjoy about this game, and there's lots of things that really annoy me. But there are more things, thankfully, that I enjoy than I annoy. So we'll see if that container is despawned. Now with these big waves, there's no way this little boat is going to make it way out there. Alright, so we're detecting the containers. That's good. Oh, it disappeared. Awesome. Ah, I'm so happy for that. Either it disappeared or respawned or whatever. Good. My game is no longer being slowed down. Ah. Well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing about classic careers. It renders us into the game. So we have to be, that's it. I can't just teleport across the map, skip some time. I wish I could. But then it wouldn't be classic career, would it? Alright, so we're here finally. I'll get the helicopter out. Alright, we will load the save. Oh. I like between the military base and the what? Really? I'm already out of fuel. Hey, that's not good. Oh, between the military base and what was I gonna say? The fort, the sea fort. Oh, we're reasonable. There's those are my two favorite. The military base I like because you get in there and the hospital is on the base. There we go. Oh. Whoops. A little bit of a splash down there. I love this helicopter. It just flies. I mean, it's just like a... We're going to have to get a plane set up now for auto flight. Push a couple of buttons and it goes. No radar on this helicopter. We'll have to put the super simple radar in here. Put a monitor somewhere. I'm not sure yet. see if we splash into the water. Should be alright, actually. Should be alright. Oh yeah, there we go. So this is where we need to calibrate the more finer parts of flight, right? It's pretty, you know, pretty violent altitude hold. Don't see any crates. Could almost sleep through the night. Turn all the lights off. What is it, bud? Hey, you need something? You need some water? Is that what it is? Are you thirsty? Are you hungry? You need some food? Alright, I'm gonna need to feed my cat while I'm flying to the... This guy's cruising. Oh, let's see what the cat needs. What do you need, huh? What do you want? No, but I try. The hard part when you live in an apartment. What I do is I'll walk them in the hallways. You know, it's the middle of winter. Can't take them outside when it's minus 30. That's all he wants to do now. Just walk in the hallways. Yeah, this is way better, I think, than trying to sail. Those waves are big. Oh, there's the military base just rendered in. Oh, there's the big tent. How do we do it for fuel? Surprise, that's probably supposed to be the fuel gauge. Yeah, you know, I already took you out for a little walk there, cat. Now he's back again. He would have had 2 walks, but on his first walk, he got scared and he ran all the way back. He didn't want to go anywhere else. He ran straight back to the door, and then he sulked for a little bit. It's a big tent, right? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh my goodness! Right next to the hospital tent. I love it. Sweet, 4 casualties. I don't think I have anything here to put out the fire. Huh. Of course, that doesn't work. Oh. Good thing we had one there. Holy moly. This could have been a disaster. Some books? They were burning books? Soldiers don't do those kinds of things. That's so funny. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. There's a crate there, but it's a prop. It's a prop. All right, where are we gonna go in here? I think. All right. Nice. Well, that was easy. This is what I like about these quick little missions. And that's it. We're back in the helicopter, and away we go. Oh, I should put the fire extinguisher back, just in case I need it again. There might also be one in here too. A usable one. Alright, well that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. It's 4:50 a.m. I gotta go to work soon. So, I don't know what we'll be doing in the next video. Just some planning, I guess. Planning to do some stuff. Alright, that'll be a quick flight back. And then, like I say, I'll put some radar on this, and then we'll have to see where we're going. We are got a few research points. You can probably unlock airplanes now. I don't know if we need them yet. Perhaps we'll focus on a few more of these small sensors, maybe get them out of the way. Not really sure our direction at this point in time. Still just kind of figuring it out. Money. We definitely need more money. I got 65,000. But we should start to earn more. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's get our altitude. Look at that. Maximum efficiency. That's decent speed. Holy cow, look at that speed. Nice. Alrighty, so what do we do in this video? We put some radar on the little boat, and we did a rescue mission that came up. We were able to escape the container that was trying to destroy our game. Yeah, and now we're just kind of returning back to base, where we will determine our next steps. You know, maybe what we'll try and do, I think maybe in the next video, we'll take the little ATV that we have, and let's see if we can make a trailer for it, and see if we can get some logs. So maybe what we'll do is we'll come all the way over here to Olsen Bay, and we'll see what we can do here. So that means we need two things. I'm going to need a landing ship, or a small ship, that I can load the ATV on and off of, that we can use to transport. We can use to transport down to here. So that's what we'll do in the next one. We'll see if we can go for logging, and we'll see if we can use the little... I know we're only going to be able to do like one log at a time, but that'll still be pretty cool. Then we can stick with small vehicles. I haven't built a small little landing ship yet, so this is going to be interesting to see how it goes, and just to see sort of what I can come up with for design. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So once again, thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing. You're awesome. And I will see you in the next one. No, not that one. Not that one!